Hey guys, Mike the Vike here, back for yet another video. So, a couple months ago now, I made a video on the Mars custom map made by the brilliant Mike Jones and Lone. Now, I might be wrong on this, but I'm pretty dang sure they must have set some new records in terms of most popular server launch. There was queues of over 800 players waiting to get into this map for a chance to play. Now, of course, when you have a response that significant, there are gonna be things that happen that you just couldn't predict. Things are gonna break, features are gonna need to be added, and so on. And today, we're gonna be interviewing the creators of this thing and kind of getting a behind the scenes at what some of those things were. Now, this once again is a little bit different of a video, so if you enjoy this format, please do let me know by pressing that like button. Okay, so first thing I'd love to see is if you could explain and introduce the jetpacks.
We wanted to create a way for players, especially like solo players, to be able to boost without having to have a friend with them. So we thought a really cool method would be to give them the ability to boost up. So if they stand still and double tap space, so they're actually able to, if there's a 1x1, they'll be able to get up on top.
Depending on the foundation height, it looks like.
Yeah, so if you're with a buddy, you can boost off their head, which is really nice.
Oh, you can't be moving forward or backward, hey, you just gotta be standing still.
It's almost like a skill-based thing, because if you just double tap it, you don't always get the same height.
Yeah. Overall, not too much negative feedback.
No, some people didn't like it at first, but I think it's because when we had it in the beginning, we had it too much and for too little cost. So just like anything in the game, you kind of have to figure out that balance.
Yes.
When we first did the test launch, basically we only had 4 entrances on the smaller domes and 6 entrances on the big domes. We noticed that it was really difficult for players to get in and out of the domes.
Oh.
Granted, it's Rust, but we still thought it was a little unfair to, basically bottleneck everyone into these, these exit points.
There we are.
Yeah, so we introduced these new sewer entrances and exits, which is great because it allows people to get in and out really easily.
Well done. Wow, that's incredible.
Yeah, so, listening to the community has been a huge part of this. When there's a loud enough roar for it, we kind of realize, okay, we need to do something to fix this problem. And granted, they might not give us the correct way to fix it, but they definitely let us know of the issue, and from there we can figure out how to be creative and fix that issue. So,
by the way, congrats on being like number 14 or something ridiculous on Battlemetrics.
Yeah, dude, I can't believe we had like 1,000-person queue.
Oh, it got up to 1,000?
Well, basically, Rust has a limitation on how many people can be connecting to a server at once.
Oh.
It felt good, but like you could ask Caruza, dude. I've been so stressed
these
last few days with this much going on. There's a lot, that go wrong, and the stress really gets a hold of you sometimes. And I've run web servers for a long time, and I've never had the issue of 14-year-old kids DDoSing nonstop on a e-commerce website, let alone something so it's like almost like new territory for me. I'm slowly learning how to just kind of take a breath and just realize that it is what it is, and make sure to turn Discord on slow-mo so people don't spam the general channel, and tell me to go fuck myself and all that other jazz.
I mean, yeah, I have a million stories I could tell you, but yeah, definitely take it easy. Success is lovely and all that jazz, but at the end of the day, like, mental health is much more important.
So with the Mars server, we can't have helicopters, and there's no concept of an atmosphere. We needed a way to have heavies come down and still present a challenge to the player.
Oh boy. Oh my god. Oh man, that is intense. That is so cool.
It's basically like an Iron Man coming down on top of you.
Yeah, man, and those guns. That's scary for sure. Oh my god, wait, hold on. What assets are you using for the satellite dish?
Bandages.
Bandages! That's it. Oh my god, I love it.
These guys are, like, he calls me mad scientist for development. These guys are mad scientists when it comes to map making. What the quality and the creativity these guys come up with is just mind-blowing. And not only do they look good, but they perform really well.
Yeah.
You know what, though? I've yelled at Lone about that satellite 100 times.
Why?
Because there's a satellite in game that's only one prefab, and that one's like 100. And I fought with him a bunch because I'm like, dude, just use the default one. He's like, no, we need some new things. Like, we can't just keep using like other prefabs, and so like he fought really hard to keep that satellite.
That is so funny. Oh. That's a thick boy, dude. My god, what does this thing look like? Holy smokes. That thing looks serious, goodness gracious.
Yeah, this is probably what, the 20th variation of this?
We went through so many. We've tried scaling the Bradley because, you can do some cool stuff when you scale down the entity, and it worked great, but there were some issues that we just weren't satisfied with.
And so is the scheme that thing's gonna patrol on the roads?
Yeah, the idea is that it's gonna randomly land somewhere on the map, and then it's gonna patrol around the roads. Pretty much what Face Punch had originally intended for the Bradley, but with the Mars spin on it.
Cool.
So one major issue we had with the testing week was we introduced the space elevator that would take you up to a really tall building in the sky. What we didn't account for was it being pretty much a death machine. Players figured out ways to kill people without any consequences inside of Outpost. If you were going up the elevator, they would jump on their heads and it would launch them out of the elevator and they would fall to their death. There's just so many ways that they were figuring out how to break this elevator. And as much as we loved the elevator, as much as we thought it was really cool, for our own sanity, we had to get rid of it. So what we did is we introduced a thing called the staircase that you can see right here. We had to remove all the fun off the server because it was just people were griefing people too much.
That's hilarious. Of course Rust players are going to exploit literally everything.
It must have been like a minute from when we launched to we started getting people complaining that they were dying on that elevator. Basically, we wanted to create a lower level loot monument. A lot of people are so used to playing with regular Rust and gas stations, so we wanted to create kind of our new version of that.
Mm-hmm.
The same thing as gas station, but instead of people pulling under here to get gas, planes would land up there to get gas.
That's so cool.
Basically, it's a 1-for-1 scale. We tried to keep it as similar as possible. Just the look is a little updated.
Yeah.
We did have some liberties with some things. So like in here, we don't have that hole in the ground right here. But instead, what we did is we actually added a fuse box. People can put a fuse in here and then they're actually able to use this lift.
Oh, neat.
We've gotten a lot of people message us that said that they haven't played Rust in like 2 years and they saw your video or another video and they just came back because they wanted to experience it, and they said that it like reignited their like love for Rust, and that made us feel so great. The response we got was so overwhelming, and we're definitely feeling blessed for the reaction we got, and we're gonna keep working on this and keep adding new things and keep it fresh and keep it new, and we're really excited about the future of Project Nova.
That is fantastic, man, and a lovely note to end on. That is beautiful.
Oh, one thing we can add though.
Sure.
An EU server is coming.
Okay.
Yeah. Dude, we've been asked probably 1 billion times about an EU server. It is coming. We are working on it. We're just trying to fine tune this one first, and then we will introduce the EU server.
Well, as always, Mike Jones and his team are incredibly impressive. Like I was saying earlier, I'm very impressed that they've been keeping up, right? It's been probably, what, at least a month now, and they are still cranking out very solid updates to this map. Some game developers don't even post this much stuff. If you enjoyed this Mars update video, don't forget to press that like button. Helps a lot, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.